Brand new episode of Good Talk. Very excited to have a very good friend of mine, New York Nico, in the house with old Jewish man Dave, right?
Dave.
Yep.
Welcome.
Now, Dizzle, you weren't here for this, but Dave started this episode off by taking off his flip-flops and putting his bare feet on the couch and the rug. It was.
Can we show the flip-flops?
Sure.
Ah, right there. Show it to that one right there.
You're gonna put it on his couch too?
Yes.
Good flip-flops.
Great flip-flops. And you got them from where, you said?
These I got on Amazon.
Amazon.
But I have a pair from China that was $4.
How
And
much
I have
are
a
those?
pair from Madrid that was $9.
Beautiful. And they're all
And
very
these.
similar?
Yeah, they're all pretty much the same.
Very
He gave
nice.
me a pair too.
Yeah, and that's right. Oh, you're right. I gave you a pair.
You ever
also.
rock them, Nico?
Yeah.
You never wear? Do you ever wear
All
them?
the time.
You,
Do you
you have a
really?
very eccentric style. You also wear a Dora the Explorer backpack.
Yes, in there. I have.
Did you bring that?
Yes, yeah.
Somebody bring it over here real quick.
Bring the door and bring my water bottle too.
You were meant to be born in this day and age, sir.
Yeah, well, Nico's made him
Fashion-wise.
viral.
I am in
Nico's
this
made
day.
him viral a lot.
Oh.
Look at this guy's sweat.
And if you look at the water bottle, this is Paw Patrol.
I love it.
That's my daughter's favorite show, Paw Patrol.
Everybody watches. Who's that?
I don't know the names. I
Well,
just sit
then
there and entertain
You,
her.
then you're not watching.
Well, then you're fucking full of shit,
Who is
Johnny.
that? What's his name?
That's Marshall.
Marshall?
Sure.
So let me
Fire
ask you
Marshall.
something. So-
Marshall to the rescue. This is Rubble. Rubble on the double.
Yeah. Chase on the case?
Chase is on the case right here. Here's Chase.
Yeah.
So Dave. let me
Chase is on the case.
ask- So Dave.
That's Ryder.
Okay, I have a question.
He has grandkids. It's not. He's
That's
not
what
like
I was
a
going to ask.
creepy
So
old
what's
guy. who
with the
just-
Dora the Explorer backpack and the Paw Patrol like?
When my grandkids, the oldest ones, were young. Now they're 16 and
Right, they love
15. They used to watch Dora every day, and in the afternoon. And they wouldn't. I said, "What are you watching?" They would talk like this, Dora, Dora.
Right.
So you
Those
watch
are the good
Dora.
times.
And then they of course they have Boots the monkey over there. That's her friend. So you have Dora backpack to support them.
Love it.
And now the younger ones that are they don't watch Paw Patrol so much anymore.
My kids do. They like it.
Getting a little old.
They also watch something now called CJ Masks.
No, PJ Masks.
PJ Masks.
PJ Masks.
My
With
man,
a PJ
CJ.
Masks. He doesn't know. PJ Masks. With a
Johnny's
not with a PJ Mask. PJ
Johnny's
Mask.
hilarious.
with
He's like,
a
I know,
PJ
I got
Mask.
kids. CJ Mask.
I just sit there.
PJ Mask. PJ. And they watch Bluey.
Yeah, they like Bluey.
They
a
like
lot.
Bluey also.
They like. You know what they like is the Spider-Man Kids verse. I think it's called.
The
the
Spider-Verse. Yeah, yeah.
No, but it's the kids edition. It's
Yes,
like these
yes.
little mini
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
yes.
My daughter will be like playing with me and she'll be like, "Oh my God, there's an alert on my watch! Spidey to the rescue!"
Right, yeah, they do that.
And their toys are super fucking expensive.
Yeah, trust me, I know. And every day a new package from Amazon shows up.
Yeah.
But you dodge that because your grandkids are a little older.
So, you
Yeah, you
dodge
start
the
to put-
toys?
Well, you dodge the accessibility of toys. Meaning, like back in the day, if I wanted a toy, we'd have to go to Toys R Us.
Right.
So 90% of the time, my mother tell me, "Fuck you, we're not leaving the house," or whatever.
Right.
Now it's so accessible, right? So my son says, "Daddy, I just sent you a link for something I want." There's no excuse other than either no or yes.
Well,
you know
and
what
also
I mean?
you got the wives that are just hitting buttons all day, buying things, and just packages
Also.
show up.
My grandchildren have motorcycles.
Yeah, they're older. You're dating yourself now.
Each one of them has a motorcycle.
A real motorcycle or like a
So
20,
there's
it's
a
from
lot-
Razor. Razor makes these motorcycles.
Oh, okay.
There's
They-
a lot to
one is
unpack.
about 20, goes about 20 miles an hour.
How much is it?
It's actually less than you would think. The biggest one, the one for about you're about 13 or 14, was about $600. It's battery chargeable.
I don't do anything that increases the ability to die in a dangerous
we're
world.
too paranoid.
I don't know many Jews that ride motorcycles, you know?
You ride motorcycles, Nico? Ever?
I don't know.
21
I'm
and a
not-
half.
In
I'm
the
trying to
Curb
think
Your
of a Jew that
Enthusiasm
drives a
episode,
motorcycle.
Berg was riding a motorcycle. Remember the lawyer who had the last name Berg? You guys don't know that episode?
When I was in college, I had a.
Oh yeah, the
Honda
lawyer
50.
who
Yeah,
had
the
the
lawyer.
ugly wife,
50
or
years
had a hot wife,
No,
and he left him for a lawyer who had an ugly wife.
correct. And then Jeff is driving and he sees him on a motorcycle and he's like, "There's no way he's a Jew. He's on a motorcycle."
I have a question. I'm curious. How'd you guys meet?
Dave and I met through our friend Noah. Noah runs the account Old Jewish Man,
The guy with the book.
where he's
Plug in
kind of
book
like the
already.
talent scout for Old Jewish Men,
Yeah.
not just in New York, all over the country. And I guess he scouted Dave, and I met Dave.
Frightening.
And look at him, he's the best.
We need you to meet
Stanley.
Stanley.
Warner.
You guys would be too fucking.
Well, when I
easy to
saw
find.
the photo that Johnny posted, my jaw was on the floor.
Yeah.
I have that. Also, did he pee his pants in that?
Did he?
I
Did he
took a
pee his
closer
pants?
look.
He
Yeah,
might
I
have,
took a
he
closer
might have.
look.
He pissed his pants.
He might have.
Maybe that's why he's not here today. No, I didn't know that. He
Yeah.
didn't say he did. If he did.
The one with the bigger guy. I don't know if the bigger guy's here, but the one that makes him look like he's. How tall is he, by the way?
5 foot.
No, he's in his 40s.
Oh.
Like 4'11" maybe.
Who, Mario Bosco?
He's smaller than him.
Yeah.
Way
How tall are you?
smaller.
You're 5. Because I couldn't tell if the guy in the photo with him was just really big.
No, he's a small guy.
He's a small
Who,
guy.
Mario
He's a small guy.
Bosco?
Oh, Milk is
Oh
little.
yeah, you're not tall. I mean,
No,
you're
no.
tall, but you're not. That,
He's like, damn, bro, the guy next to him
no,
is
he's,
huge.
yeah, you're like twice his size.
Yeah, Mario's about a little shorter than me, Mario Bosco.
Mario Bosco, yeah.
Yeah.
So creatively speaking, when you
Little bit.
meet these people, do you
Yeah.
you roll up and
I just go.
you let it go natural? Or
Yeah, I'm sure if I saw Stanley today, I'd be like, whoa, look at you.
yeah.
It just, look at you.
And you. Just
And that's when I
kinda-
said. That's what I said when I saw this guy. Look at you.
So when you're walking around New York City, right? Take us through this because so many of your videos are so entertaining and it's just so crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff you encounter. How does that walk us through it? Like how does it? You just will go out on a Sunday and just.
Yeah. I just go outside. Most of the time, well, no, most of the time it's planned. Like I'll go to an event or something. If not, I'll just wander the streets.
It's
I like-
amazing how many, in relation to him, how many people that I see or read about or know about that know about him.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm serious.
huge.
I was when my daughter lives in Prospect Heights. Said every one of the neighbors in the building. I had done something small, minor with him, and the neighbor walks out. I'm walking, and he says, "I saw you with New York Nico." I go, "Who?" It was the beginning.
But now
And
you're
then
you're best known as being the rotisserie chicken.
Yes, but I said, he said, New York Nico, I watch him every day. He said, the guy's
You
phenomenal.
make it to Nico's page, superstar
And yes,
follows.
and he was on a billboard. And there's a billboard on not Adams, on the one where the school is. Adams, my grandson's school.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Smith Street.
So-
There's a
so-
billboard on
my
Smith
bad.
Street. I told you.
Okay, Dave.
Right opposite some construction, and it goes
Dave.
New
Hold
York
on, hold on.
Nico.
This is a Nico interview, and you are part of Nico's interview. You're taking over the whole interview. I got a lot of
It's
questions
okay.
for this guy. Okay.
Dave is the man.
So, just back to all the stuff you capture, right? Because it's so mind-boggling, some of it. So on a Sunday, you'll just wake up, you just hit the ground, hit the pavement, and whatever you see that you find interesting gets posted.
Yeah.
Some of it goes viral, some of it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because you also build a lot of relationships with people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, I know a lot of the people that I feature. I have the rotating cast
Yeah.
of characters.
At this point,
We're just
right?
people who I've kind of met out and about or have been introduced to me. A lot of people I've sought myself, like Stanley, made
Right,
made
you
an
see-
effort to
yeah,
try
yeah.
and link with him.
You know what's interesting is, and nobody knows this, I don't think yet, is your very first music video was
Smoke Dizzle.
a Smoke Dizza video.
Not the first, but
Oh, it wasn't? Oh, I
No,
thought
no,
it
it
was.
wasn't
I
the
wasn't.
first.
Oh, my bad. I thought that
but,
you're like, what the fuck? are
but
you
that
talking
was
about?
I put in a lot of work to secure that video
Nice.
because I remember I heard that song and I was like, I gotta do it.
Which video was it again?
New Jack?
Oh, wow. Okay.
How long ago was this?
That's 10 years ago.
More than
Or
that.
more than that.
New Jack with the wrestler New Jack.
Yeah, with the wrestling.
He had him fucking stapling his fucking forehead with shit.
Word?
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't
Rest
realize
in
you
peace,
did New
New
Jack.
Jack. He
I knew
died.
that you had done, I thought it was your first video.
Yeah.
but
And you
either
directed
way,
the whole video? You did it, yeah?
Very cool. Full circle moment,
Yeah.
That was a experience within itself because New Jack got a Dark Side of the Ring episode on Vice where he spoke
Oh my
about
God. Yeah.
his whole spiel and he ended up passing away. So God bless. But We was in an abandoned bank. Rats was
which is
popping out the
now
wall.
a really fancy hotel.
Wasn't
Get
that
the
where?
fuck outta here.
Wasn't where you shot New Jack? Where we shot Survival Tactics too?
Yeah. So you shot survival tactics first.
Yeah,
And then
a couple of years
Right.
later.
But
Not
I
even
re-
a year later.
yeah, a year later.
Yeah, about.
But that was a crazy shoot. You left early because you saw a rat.
Yeah, rats was popping out the wall, and you couldn't get me to stay there. It started to get cold.
Which is crazy. That lets you know how scared he is of rats because he loves wrestling, and I know. Although you told me that New Jack was wilding out that day too,
He
wasn't
was
he?
taking bumps. He was
Yeah.
drinking vodka, stapling dollars to his forehead. It was,
One of these days, I'm gonna write a book about my music video days,
Right.
and this will definitely be in the book. But you remember the scene where I have him in that room and he's like going through all of these like weapons. Like you got the trash can lid, you got the whatever a guitar, and he's just like pretty much like smashing everything.
Yeah.
And then I had this one piece of art that I
like a
borrowed from a
Bob
friend.
White.
Yeah, it was like a baseball bat that was painted with like spikes in it, but it was a piece of art by
Right.
this guy. I was taking like a continuing education class, and there was this kid who I met. And he showed me this. I was like, "Yo, this would be great for this New Jack video or for the Smoke Dizza video. Like, I'll promise I'll bring it back. Like, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like great exposure." But it was like priceless.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Like he was
this.
selling them for like $5,000, but really it was priceless. And I told New Jack, I mean, I'm an idiot for this, but I was like, New Jack, like, please be careful with this one. Like,
Right.
you can smash everything else, but just be very careful with this. Like, I need to return it. Of course, he like gets in the zone and just starts smashing it.
He knew for sure. As soon as you
Yeah.
told him that, it's like a
Yeah, no
toddler.
problem, brother. No problem.
It's
I'll
like a
take care of it.
toddler. Like you tell them one thing and they're going to literally do the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm going through that right now.
And you're done with music.
Oh
videos.
yeah, I retired.
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna
10
ask.
years ago.
So like you, because that was your original like focus, right?
That was my original focus. Yeah, I was in college. I think my sophomore year, and the DSLR came out, and I got my hands on one. And I just started making like really low budget, mostly rap videos. My first video ever was for C Ray's Walls.
Wow.
oh wow.
And it was like a really just like bugged out concept. I feel like at the time, they weren't really like taking creative approaches with rap videos, and I kind of just like did a sort of out of the box concept, and people fucked with it at the time. So
And what inspired you to want to do music videos at first? Was it Hype Williams was your favorite director, right?
no, I mean,
I have false info. Hold on, sorry about that, bro. I'm reading off
gave you
this
the
Probably
fucking
Jacob.
iPad. I'm
Probably
about to
Jacob.
smash.
Jacob's just making up shit.
that's
Making
crazy
this
that you
thing-
have that written down. You're so casual. By the way, Hype Williams is your favorite.
Jacob's writing different shit. He voted
Yo,
for Biden.
hold on.
He fucking
Hold
did
on.
this.
You've spoken about being inspired by Hype Williams.
Oh.
What did Hype Williams do?
Well, I
Good
think
one.
I think in an interview once, or in a lot of interviews, I say, because my fucking like origin story or whatever involves me moving to Los Angeles after college
Got it.
because I wanted to be the next Hype Williams.
Oh, okay.
So that's like a
Okay,
part of
okay.
my.
Okay, so
My
that's
bad,
close
Jacob.
enough.
My
That's
bad.
close
But
enough.
not-
Never said his favorite director.
Okay, my bad. Clearly, I'm not reading properly. So then, at some point, you probably got sick and tired of music videos, right?
Yeah.
Or just
I got sick and yeah. I mean, I just
Dealing with rappers, is that what it was? Be honest, bro. Tell the truth.
it was dealing with the music
Rappers
industry
suck.
and a lot of low budget,
Fucking
a
label
lot of
people
low
like
budget
me.
shit.
You didn't
but-
say
It's like, Johnny, you're actually the one who stopped me from doing videos. You were such a dick.
No. Me and Nico have always been good. Except for one time, actually. I remember Nico hit me to do my Jewish voice impression.
What?
Remember? Didn't you hit me? You asked me if I would be down to do like
Oh, the New York accent.
the New York accent.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what
Did
it was.
I?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't really have a good New York accent. And
Oh.
that caused a little friction for a second.
I don't recall that.
No? Oh, I thought you
No.
were pissed at me over that.
No.
All
Why
right,
would
good.
I be pissed?
All right, good. Yeah, I have a good old Jewish man accent, I think.
Do you?
I think so. I used to do this guy Howie
Yeah, you sound just like Dave.
How does that sound, Dave?
Dave, are you bored?
Not at all.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got to be learning stuff about Nico today.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I agree with Kev. The collar is a nice touch underneath the t-shirt.
I like that. I like that.
$5.99 for the shirt.
Oh,
I wear it once. I got.
I
my
love that he
money's
has the
worth.
price for every
Yeah,
shirt.
you know everything,
$6.
everything that it cost you. So and then when did you pivot to movie making and just more the content shooting and stuff like that?
So, man, I don't remember what my last music video was, but I remember whatever it was, I just like had a really bad experience. I was like, I'm not gonna do this
Right.
anymore.
It wouldn't have happened to been a Max B video.
Well, that was one of my last videos.
Oh, you did a Max B video?
I did, yeah. Well, he wasn't in it because he was in prison. It was like right after he went to jail.
Oh, okay.
Minor detail.
But yeah, like
Damn, so you were doing it during the Smack DVD days and shit. Oh,
Nico's a legend,
That's
bro.
I did that
fire.
one in like 2012. It was that song "Money Makes Me Feel Better."
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
if you remember that one.
Hell yes, my
Man.
shit.
I remember like that one. Like we waited 7 hours for a French Montana cameo.
And he never showed up?
No, he showed up, but 7 hours later.
Gotta love it.
But yeah, that was also like it was right when the GoPro came out,
Yeah.
and I thought, I don't know if I actually was, but I thought I was like the first person to strap a GoPro on someone to do the POV shit, which like everyone and their mother has done at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that because it was like the point of view of Max.
GoPros have been around for that long.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
A minute at this point. Coming out of that, music video director.
Yeah.
And then at some point you were just like, you have to make a pivot. It's so like for me, right? Obviously, I'm always going to do music. I love music. It's where I start. It's my platform. But this show is kind of a pivot for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it really, I always tell people, right? Like artists that I'm working with, you got to put the time in. You got to work. It's not going to happen overnight. 18 months minimum usually, right? And I'm seeing with this show, just getting off to a slow start, having to, grind every day on it, really believe in it to actually get to where we're going, right? Like, what was that like pivot for you where you were like, all right, because you're successful doing music videos, it was definitely a leap to go into the next piece of your career. So like,
Well, I just wasn't making money on music videos, and I didn't want to get like a real job. So it's like, what can I do in the film space,
right?
that will allow me to like keep making videos.
You were so ahead of the curve because really what you did is content creation / not that you're an influencer, right? You are in your own way, but that's not what you sought, to be. But like you were very ahead of the curve with that, right? And ultimately it did pay off. But did you even know what you were doing when you started filming all these different New Yorkers?
So basically how it started was I started making these like this web series. It was called Know Your City. And this was right after I stopped making music videos. And they were just short documentaries about sort of the day in the life of New York City characters. So like Wendell, the homeless fashion designer of Union Square, Larry the Birdman of Washington Square,
Larry the Birdman,
Matthew Silver, who someone asked me about today. So I'd make these like 5-minute episodes and did about 16 of those. And that was like my first step into documentary filmmaking. And yeah, I loved it. And eventually I started getting hit up by like brands to do like branded
How
documentaries.
long would you say that took? Like a year?
That took about a year, yeah.
A year.
Yeah, because it they needed to see that I could do this. And yeah, like I think the first paid gig that I got was like Lipton Tea reached out to me to do a documentary about Turkish tea farmers. So I went all the way to Turkey to shoot this.
Oh, wow.
And it like really didn't have anything to do with my Know Your City series. It was just, I don't know, they saw that I could make documentaries and I had like a connection there. So
Who are some of the bigger dudes out right now that you would say you saw potential in them super early?
Side Talk.
Side Talk.
I met those kids when they had like 300 followers.
Really?
Yeah, I like knew.
Which
I
is
knew-
also super crazy because if you try to pitch that idea,
Yeah.
No.
right? Like you're like, yeah, two
Especially
young
to
Jewish
Hollywood.
kids.
Also-
we're gonna go in the middle of the hood, and
I don't think
it's
either
gonna-
of them are Jewish.
I was going to say, why do they
No,
got to be
they're not
Jewish?
Jewish?
Just because he's
Oh,
got
well, I
an old Jewish
apologize.
man on the
I
couch with him?
apologize.
Yeah, Jack
I mean,
Burns
they look,
definitely
they look
not
fairly
Jewish.
Jewish.
No, they don't.
I mean,
Jack Byrne
they
is the
do.
least Jewish looking person I've ever met.
Jack Byrne looks German. Shout out to Jack Byrne, by the way.
Jack Byrne. Shout
I
out.
only know. Well, I don't know what both of them look like. I
What's
know
the
one
other
of them
guy's
looks
name?
like
Trent.
Trent doesn't look Jewish either. He looks like an Italian
He's Armenian.
Armenian. There you go.
Jewish.
Where were we though? So he was asking about. Oh no! So Side Talk. So you
Oh yeah,
discovered
Side Talk. I don't know. That's the first one that comes to mind. No?
And do
they're
you
huge.
participate in their careers, or it was just kind of you gave them the platform?
No, I just like, shouted them out a few times. But they did their own thing.
You're very philanthropic.
Philanthropic. I like
Good
that.
word, right?
Good word.
In a weird way, you really are, because even that, most people would want to, if they're giving their platform to them
Yeah.
and they're going to blow up, you want to have some sort of part in their career.
They did their own thing. But
Yeah.
like we're like super close to this
Yeah.
day. If I ever wanted to like take a piece of that, then I don't think we would be friends.
No, I get
We
it.
are.
But back to the philanthropic stuff, oftentimes you'll hear of like something closing that's like a staple in
Yeah.
New York City, and you'll go all out, you know,
Yeah.
and so you have saved a few establishments, right?
Yeah, it was like big during the pandemic.
Yep.
That's kind of when I realized that I could use my platform to help.
I feel like you've kept Henry in business,
Yeah.
the guy
Army,
with
Navy
the Army,
guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
surplus. Where did that come from? You just kind of, that was literally just out of the goodness
Someone
of your heart?
hit me up and was like, "Yo, like he's struggling."
That was the first one you ever did?
That was the first one, yeah. Because that was like in the heat of the pandemic, and everyone was like not, you know, no one was able to make rent, or whatever. So a lot of people started like doing GoFundMe's. Customer of Henry's reached out and was like, "Yo, can you help this guy out?" And I'd been in there a few times. I wasn't like close with Henry by any means, but I went in there, made this post. He raised like $50K in a day, and I was like, "Damn, the
really-
power of social media is
Right.
crazy."
The fact that you use it for good is really dope. During the pandemic, I did something similar, and just like, you know, so many of these people will get platforms and
Right.
never give back to the community
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything. So I salute you on that. Dizza, you're gonna like this. I actually donated to one of the places that you put on your page,
Oh, yeah?
Cozy Soup and Burger.
Oh, I was just there. The
That
other
hit
day.
my heart. Cozy, he saved Cozy Soup and Burger.
That was
our
spot.
stomping grounds. When we used to promote clubs and be out late at night, we'd hit Cozy Soup and Burger. And
Never
just,
been there.
Spot.
we shot a music video in there.
Really?
Called, what was it? Bacon and Eggs?
Yeah, bacon and eggs with snacks.
Which was a flip on what?
Put you to bed.
Put you to bed.
Did they know that you were shooting in there?
Yeah,
Or was it like
the
a-
waiter, Caesar. Do you remember Caesar? Asian guy with a
Yeah,
mustache?
he's still there.
Is he?
Wait. Is he bald?
Maybe now. This was like 10 plus years
Caesar,
ago.
an Asian guy named Caesar?
He was still there.
That sounds like a Puerto Rican guy.
No, it's funny because he looked Puerto Rican, but he was an Asian guy with a mustache. We're gonna pull the video up on the
He's
clip.
probably all Dominican. He's probably full
no,
Dominican.
he's
I don't know what you're
definitely-
talking about, papi. Well, no Chinese here.
Dizza, was he Asian?
I want to keep your shit going, but I think he's Mexican.
Hold on.
that's
Wait,
fucking
time out.
hilarious.
Okay. While we're on the show, Jacob, can you just pull up
Because if it's the guy who I'm thinking of, then he's definitely not Asian.
Bacon and Eggs, Idiot Box TV,
Yo.
and bring it over real quick. I'm curious if you know Caesar, but yeah, thank you for that because Cozy Soup and Burger. Not only is it a great spot,
Yeah.
you know, to me it's on the level of Jackson Hole. I
Yeah.
love that fucking place. So I
And
donated. when I
you
saw
know their
it.
claim to fame is Adam Sandler used them for Big Daddy.
Oh no, I didn't even.
Oh, you
I mean,
know
I
that?
know that was.
So you know Big Daddy.
Yeah, of course.
You
No, I know that
Rob
scene.
Schneider's character.
Yeah.
So he plays a waiter or
Oh,
delivery
and
guy
it's
from
in
Yeah.
Never
Right.
knew that
Oh,
they
he's-
filmed
It's funny because I swear
Yeah.
I thought that was based on Caesar, bro. When I pull up Caesar, you're gonna see it's eerily similar.
I low key because I'm cool with the owner. I want to call him right now and ask.
Call him real
about
quick.
Caesar. I will.
Call him real quick.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Oh,
like
I know.
Caesar
Here
Morales.
it is. Hold on. Before we do it, you tell me this guy's fucking Spanish.
That
Oh,
guy
that
is
guy?
so Spanish.
No, he's fucking Asian.
No, he's not. Just the side profile. That is.
No, he's gonna be in it a ton.
Yo, John.
Pause it for a sec.
All right, you're on speakerphone because I'm on a podcast right now, and Cozy Soup and Burger came up, and the host of the podcast said he shot a music video there. What, like 15 years ago?
Probably 15 years ago.
And one of the servers was a guy named Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now this is a crazy question, but was Caesar Asian or Hispanic?
Asian.
I knew it.
Oh, yo, I gotta give you time. I'm sorry.
But low-key, he kind of looks like you. I can see it.
On the side, looks
a
like me.
Character, bro. Character.
He's not there
I'm getting
anymore, right?
roasted.
You know,
I'm getting
He's
roasted.
not there anymore, though.
This
Right?
motherfucker say he looks like me a little.
It was very funny. Like, whoever knew him, his hair was dyed. It was slicked back. He was a character.
Wow, an Asian guy named Caesar.
Watch when you see the video. you're
It's
gonna-
like Angel. It's like saying an Asian guy named Angel.
funny.
Look, and his mustache, the way it was dyed, and it
Yeah.
Wow.
People know.
I gotta send you this music video. It's called Bacon and Eggs.
Big, and
He's just
rapping
like
on it?
no, he's just like a
He's starring in it. He's singing in the background. He's serving us the food.
Serving the food.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll send it to you later.
Bro, when you told me about Caesar, I'm like, yo, forget about it.
All right, bro, I gotta run. But thank you for clearing that up.
Everybody started laughing. My pleasure.
Later.
Play this for 1 second. You'll see Caesar. This was in our glory days.
So who are these two people?
Ev
looks like Ill
Boogie
Bill,
and
man.
Snacks.
And snacks.
That doesn't look like Ill Bill.
Yeah.
little bit.
He loved Necro and Ill Bill.
By the way, Dave is tangentially connected to Ill Bill.
Really?
Oh wait, is it you or Aaron? Oh, it might be Aaron.
What is he eating? Hash browns?
Yeah.
The rapper Ill Bill.
Yeah.
It's Aaron.
Oh, he looks Spanish, bro.
Oh, I do remember that guy.
Yo.
Oh man. Bro, you're not gonna believe me when I tell you this. He was the waiter at my diner, Hollywood Diner,
Right.
on 16th Street. But then he got fired, and I guess he.
I bet he did get fired.
But Caesar, I remember him.
All right, you could pause it. Good times. He was a star. He was a star.
Damn, bro. You know what this reminds me of? Jaeger bombs.
Yeah, a little bit.
Same era, right?
Yeah, for sure,
Jaeger
for
bombs.
sure. Let me see. Where were we?
We're talking about Cozy Soup and Burger.
and
He
using
donated
your
money.
platform. Yeah, using your platform for good things. What are you most proud of? Like that you've saved? Is it the?
Henry will always,
Yeah,
because that was.
he's
like,
such a good dude. He
he's the
seems
best,
like.
bro. He's the best. I mean, yeah, they're all great people.
Who's your favorite, like, social media personality right now? Or top three?
Media personality.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'll give you top three because that way.
that like I'm cool with, or just in
That you're
general?
cool with.
That I'm cool with. Oh man, damn, you can't. I'm so bad at like being.
No,
put on the
no,
spot.
I
gotta
get it.
think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. We'll think about it. We'll come back
Um,
to it. We can come back
Yeah,
to it.
there's a lot.
Give me
of
one.
good
Just give me
talent.
one. I won't even put you on the pressure. And it's not the best, all right? So don't be a
Bro,
pussy
bro.
and text him after.
So when people put me on the spot like this, I
Yeah.
like freeze up. I get nervous.
All right,
and
we
shit,
can
so I can't
move
even
on.
think. I'll get back.
This is what
to it,
happens when me and
promise.
my wife have sex.
Well, I
get
love
the
no,
same
I
way.
love old Jewish men.
I was
I
just
love
about
the
to say, let's move into old Jewish men for
Yeah.
a second, because Dave, I could tell you're a little bored right now.
He's
but
not
we-
bored. No.
No, Dave's not. He's
good.
listening.
He's
He's
good.
listening.
So first of all, I want to talk about the book that your manager wrote. But before we get there, what's your manager's name again?
Noah.
Noah.
Is he your manager?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
He's mad. There's no
because-
titles.
And Jacob, it's good
Yeah,
that you're
he
in
is
here.
Now.
So look, Dave, we tried to get you on the show before, and you tried to charge me $750 to come on the show.
As he should.
But you came for free with Nico.
Give us the reasoning behind that.
Yeah.
The business. What was the motivation behind that business move? You charge $750, which is acceptable, obviously.
Which I heard was a discount for us too, which I appreciate. But you wouldn't come on this show unless I paid you. But here you are with Nico for free.
That's correct, because I respect Nico.
Yeah, I
He
like
says
that.
to me,
I like
if
that.
he says, do this, it'll lead to future things. Then
I didn't
I,
say this was gonna lead to anything.
then
Yeah,
I,
he lied. He lied. He lied to you, Dave. I hate to tell you, but you should have charged the $750.
it's okay. The first time around, you know,
No, I know. You don't know us from a hole in the wall. I get it. I was just
And I
really
live
messing with you.
far.
But we did get you something because you did waive your fee. So we got you a great Jewish spread of bagels, lox, manischewitz, gefilte fish, matzo ball soup for you to try today.
I bet you he's very picky, though.
No, this is top of the line. This is Greenberg's.
Is it kosher?
Oh, you eat kosher? You keep
Yes.
kosher? Holy fuck. How did we
that's
not think of
okay,
this?
because bagels are
Invited
kosher.
you on the show and you don't fucking think about that?
Bagels are kosher.
Okay, bring it out, Owen, and don't fuck this up, okay, kid?
Oh, and just say it's kosher.
See, now this could be racist.
What?
Why?
They're assuming because I'm Jewish that I like all this chazarai.
I said
Wait, what? Wow, thank you, Jack. Okay,
They're
thank you,
assuming-
Jack. Look at
they're
this.
Assuming that
that's a
because
real fucking
I'm
spread.
Jewish. What are these
The
from
tall
yesterday?
fat one gave me some
Huh?
What are
ridiculousness.
these from Thursday? These bagels.
They're Greenberg's from today.
This is from today.
I call
Let me see.
I know his
Throw it over
name.
here.
I know his name.
Yeah, you just had to crack it a little bit. Don't disrespect Greenberg's. Greenberg's is good. Come on now.
Yeah, you love Greenberg.
Have you ever been to Liberty Bagels, Dave?
No.
No? You gotta go. My uncle owns both of them. There's one in Midtown. And,
Have a seat,
one
Mel.
in
Your
Wall
uncle
Street.
owns them?
Yeah, my uncle.
The best bagel is
I know about Liberty.
You know Liberty? Yeah, my uncle.
bagel is
Victor.
Bagel
Victor
Hole.
means my uncle.
on 7th Avenue in Brooklyn.
Bagel hole?
Yep.
I know this is a little generic, but my favorite bagel in New York City, outside of Greenberg's, is H&H. That's
What's
a
your
good
favorite bagel spot?
Controversial opinion. Good bagel is a good bagel to me.
Right.
No,
As
for
long
sure.
as it's fresh,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And there are not a lot of places that like can make it fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, my go-to is always Utopia. It was in Whitestone, but now they just opened one in Midtown. I did
bottle
a
in the
video
freezer.
profile on this guy Rafi, who's they call him the Michael Jordan of bagel rolling, and he's been bagel rolling at Utopia, the guy who rolls their bagels.
Oh, I've seen you in there before.
Bro,
They
these
do
guys,
big
these
bagels.
guys
Yeah.
are, these guys
But
come
he's
in
been
3
doing
in
it
the
for
morning.
30 years. He can roll like 1,000 in like an hour, or no, more than that.
I gotta go to Utopia.
Any of those numbers are insane.
I gotta go to Utopia. I've never been there.
Well, now they have one in Midtown.
Oh, really? And where is it, in Queens?
Yeah, it's in Whitestone.
That's why I've never been, yeah. Zoom in on Dave, because it seems like he likes the bagel after all. He's backtracking. That's some good
Is
lots,
it delicious? Give us an honest opinion. It's a 1 out of 10.
It should be delicious. This is a $20 sandwich.
There you go.
No? Don't let that salmon fall on the floor next to your feet, please. It'll just be the ultimate.
How about if it's on my feet?
That's okay.
Yes, that's different.
On my feet, no
Wow,
problem.
this is very nice of you guys.
You know?
Ah, he's
Well, look, Dave, we know you're not cheap.
Pumpernickel.
Dave hasn't had food since
Pumpernickel.
4th of July.
Pumpernickel.
Oh, you don't eat a lot, Dave? You're not a big eater? I'm not a big eater myself.
Clearly, I eat my share.
Oh, okay. I don't eat much.
Oh, God.
Wow, look at this. Gefilte fish. That's $200 worth
don't
of
have
food
a
right
movie,
there. Okay, so we might not have got your full fee.
Well,
But
let's see. Hold on. A bagel is about $1.50 today.
Look, that's
No,
a good manager
time
right
out.
there.
Listen.
He's like, listen, cocksucker.
I'll
this
show
is
you the
free.
receipt. This is $70 plus the Manischewitz, the gefilte fish aside. It's probably a $100 spread.
Johnny probably bought it just because he didn't want to ask. I can second that. He probably didn't want to ask.
I did ask.
For
He didn't
free.
get back to me, that
Gefilte fish
cocksucker.
is-
Drew.
Oh.
6 bagels. 6 bagels at
So
a
never
buck and a
mind,
half
so
each
never
is
mind.
$10.
Well, that's a lot of locks.
Yeah.
Ray, have you ever had?
The lot is
Not
about
$750 worth of locks.
You want to try it? It's
come
great.
on.
You like salmon?
You don't got to touch all of it.
Try that other half
Lox
of
is
this
about.
bagel.
You have to fucking manhandle the locks to know how much it costs.
Grab that other half of the bagel
Cold
right there.
salmon, but it's fire.
The
Yeah, that
bagels
right
are
there.
10.
Ray's going to give us
The
his
lox
opinion.
is about
Dave.
probably 30.
Dave, what are you rating this?
This is an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
The lox is sliced well,
Yeah, that's a
thin,
My French fries.
and it's fresh.
Yeah.
The bagels are a little harder than I like them, but they're a good bagel. You know, it's just, I haven't tried the gefilte fish yet.
Yeah. It's Ray approved. It's Ray
It's
approved.
from Greenberg. Like it's good.
Nah, that shit fine, bro.
Look at how hard he's going. That
But the
You're
lines
going
be out the door for that shit right there. In fucking Astoria, bro.
I
Out
still
the
got my
door.
sandwich in Greenberg's. Is my sandwich still?
Yeah, the smoked is still there.
Smoked is it still?
He's
there?
got his own
You got your own
sandwich.
sandwich?
That's insane.
That's fine.
I mean, you're devouring this bagel. There's no way it's an 8. There's no way it's an 8. That's a 10.
It's fire too.
He said no.
He's like, I don't like the waste.
This man is eating like a savage. Like
I didn't have any breakfast.
You're like Albert Einstein eating a bagel.
No, he hasn't had it in a while. When's the last time you had that, Dave? Honestly,
Bagel and cream cheese?
with locks.
we got more?
Oh, we got matzah.
Oh, we got matzah.
And that looks fresh baked.
Yeah, you could probably put it on the table.
Yeah.
There's no-
Why would anybody want to eat matzah when it's not Passover? Why would any sane person want
Don't
to
like
eat?
the taste?
So you
my
wouldn't do,
God.
wait, but hold on. You wouldn't do matzah with a little bit of maybe scallion cream cheese and,
No
and some
chance.
salmon?
Well, yeah, I do. Between the first day of Passover and the 8th day of Passover
Only.
only.
Okay, fair enough.
You make pizza on matzah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
my mother did that.
Take the matzah, cut it in half.
My mother did that as a kid.
You put tomato sauce
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
No, my mother's I'm Colombian and Puerto
He's
Rican.
actually very Sephardic.
Cut it in half.
My mother loved all that shit though.
You take the matzah, cut it in half or quarters. You put some tomato sauce and cheese.
Look,
Put it in
move
the
over a
That's how
little
my
this
mother
way.
would do it.
Are you Sephardic?
No, I'm not Sephardic. My mother's Colombian, my father's Puerto Rican, but they're not Jewish.
Oh, 'cause she said they were Sephardic.
No,
No, he's 100% Sephardic.
Did you
dude.
say she?
That's a she. Exactly what I said.
Yo, and that was raw. That was raw. I was like a child telling you the truth. This man,
Yo,
in
Dave,
all
cheers.
seriousness,
I fucking hate this kid. Thank you, Dave.
cheers to you. That was
Is
raw.
that shit?
He wasn't making fun of him. He
that
said, "Oh, sweetheart, no, that's not how we did it."
I mean, I'm just glad somebody thinks I'm that feminine. You look like
So-
you solved E equals
The
MC
red
squared.
cheeks. The red cheeks is what did it.
You look like you did the whole equation.
Nico asked a serious question. We know him a very long time, and it is a valid question. Who the fuck are these people, right? Because you've been around since the days of Cousin Todd. So
Right.
this is Milk. Now here's the thing about this
I'm
crazy
an
Is that your
motherfucker.
real name?
I'm an engineer and intern.
No, it's his rap name.
So
Head of HR, security guard.
so
Only
we
one with
found
a gun
him.
in the
Shut up, no.
We discovered him rapping because he's actually a nasty rapper. And then I flew him up here thinking he'd stay for 2
Actually,
days.
Asher Roth doing
Shut up. He's drunk. Get him off the set. So I
what
flew
happens.
him up for 2 days, He's thinking he just worked, record some music, and the guy's such a fucking character. He winds up staying. He's going on month 2. He hasn't left the fucking
does he
house.
sleep?
Downstairs like a fucking bear. You can hear him snoring from the 3rd fucking floor.
Wow.
Okay, it's nuts. But he's a character, and he's a great rapper. So that's Milk. And then we got Ray Ray, who is an up-and-coming comedian. He blew up on social media, and my homie Trav introduced me to him.
The voice in New York.
Voice of New York.
Please.
But he's the man, and he's actually a really good basketball player too.
Same.
So
Used to be. I got back on it.
Okay.
Nah, you better be good. You talk a lot of shit on there.
I do. I might.
You better be good, bitch.
The Good Talk basketball team would be nasty.
now we would have a decent team.
I'd be running point guard.
I can't be.
No.
Where are you from?
I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Oh wow.
What you do for New York, I do for Portland.
Nice.
I started Portlandia, but it's called Snortlandia.
Snortlandia.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, before we go back into some questions with you, Nico, and I got a whole bunch of them. okay?
Who? Everybody else? Who's everybody?
Yeah,
else?
go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Got
Well,
like
well, okay. Then we have a few good interns. So here's the deal. Jack, right there, standing against the wall, is a solid intern. He's
good.
He could eventually become an employee here, like others that started as an intern. I try to tell every intern, look, if you come fuck with me, there really is an opportunity if you're talented to make it somewhere. Now the other kid standing next to him, Owen, will never, ever, ever, ever make it much past the intern level.
He'll be the first one. He'll be the first one to get fucking health insurance. I guarantee you, motherfucker.
No, but Owen's great. He's another intern. So the funny thing about Owen, because he's a complete fuck up, love him, but he's a fuck up, is my lawyer and his son. I'm very close with them. And my lawyer called me and was like, look, I need you to do me a favor. I got this guy, Owen, he's a family friend, give him an internship. And I was busy, so I didn't get back to him at first. Then his son, Joe, hit me. And I love Joe because Joe was such a hardworking intern for me. I lost all my cinematic TV footage, all the old shit. Lost everything, every disc, probably 400 discs, all the Cousin Todd stuff, Nip, everything. And Joe wound up finding it one day. So I'm forever indebted to him. So then he calls me and goes, bro, my best friend Owen, you gotta give him the internship. So I call this guy. Bro, he has been a thorn in my side. He fucks up everything I ask him to do. I asked them if they were pranking me. I said, was this a prank? Because he's that crazy. So that's Owen. Then we got Dion
But he's
behind
still
him.
here.
He's still here because I love him. He's like my little brother that I didn't need. So then we got Dion, who started as an intern, and we got to clap this one up. He now is an official Apple Music employee.
Salud. Congratulations, brother.
Lahayim.
Then we got Trig, who is the head of the studio. He's an incredible engineer, mixer, producer. We got obviously our whole cast and crew filming. I don't know who else is back there. Oh, we got Charlie, who started as an intern, but he has his own show called the TSC Show. He'd actually be cool for you to put under your wing. He's really in the mix. He's running around doing his cool interview thing. So that's the squad, And then you know us three,
Yeah. Cool.
So-
Thank you.
No, you're welcome,
There's a
bro.
lot of-
You're welcome.
There's a lot of people. Well, look,
sorry.
before we get back into some Nico questions, I want to talk about the old Jewish man book that your manager's putting out. So, Noah, here we go. So, it's called The Old Jewish Man's Guide. Take a look at this. Very impressive book. It comes out in September.
17th.
And why don't you tell us what it's about?
It is coming out September 17th. And it's about life and how it is to be an old Jewish man. What
So-
you need to do, how to act.
So, who's the target demo? Because I don't think Ray Ray would buy that book, right?
Why not?
I don't know. Does he really need to know what it's like to be
Yeah,
an
Ray
old
Ray
Jewish
needs
man?
to know.
This tells you certain things. You're parked in a parking lot. You don't want to wait with 10 people in front of you. How to jump the line and get your car out front.
Oh,
Okay.
I need that.
Oh.
I like that.
So basically, it's
I
like
need that.
it's like
Type of
Jewish
food?
shortcuts.
Yeah, shortcuts,
Got it.
how we act, what we do, how we get discounts on things,
So how to get to the
how
money?
we don't get discounts on
How to
things.
get to the money?
It teaches you how to maximize
Too anti.
what you do with money.
That makes
How you maximize it.
I need the.
I guess is the way to put it.
One thing I noticed about is how you guys work in hospitals is incredible. Like when Jewish people get to a hospital, they always get the best room, the best treatment.
Really?
Is that in the book?
That's very
Yeah, it's
stereotypical.
part. Well,
I don't even know that.
it's also.
Are you in a lot of hospitals? Like,
No. I grew up.
He's like, I was
my
a
best friends are
janitor.
Jewish.
A lot of it is how you dress, and what schmoozing is, and also using the language. Some language that we use about schwitzing, which is the song.
Oh, wait a minute. So there we go. that brings me to, because I want to talk about two things. One, I'd love to hear about the schwitzing mockumentary that Noah did, but also you put out a great short film that I was late on finding out about it. You only showed me the other day, but walk us through that because it's so dope. So what he did was all the characters he's found throughout New York City. Diz, are you still here?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
I saw the. I
You
saw
haven't
the.
spoken
I
40
saw
minutes.
The, I saw the marketing.
Where do I get in? I'm listening to How
So-
to Be a Jewish Man guy. Fucking, what you want me to do?
I mean, you asked if he's still here. You mean if he was to leave, you wouldn't notice?
Basically, Dave.
No, this is like.
No, this is a co-host. He's got it. Staple. He always comes late. He smokes all the weed. He asks questions when he feels like it. He told us he will do no pre-production work whatsoever.
That's why it's powerful though, because when Diz opens his mouth, you're like, whoa.
That's
Yeah,
why
you
he
listen.
makes
It's
$50 million.
Prolific. I'm just waiting for my spots. I got my
Stop.
Nico questions.
He's like, yo, so about being an old Jewish man, I got a question. Everybody shut the fuck up.
So it was very ill because Nico took all the characters he found around New York City and made a short, which I thought was incredible. Walk us through that. Like, how did that come about? Where was
Yeah,
the...
I wanted to make a narrative film, and had this idea. It's about a guy who needs to find a bathroom before a first date.
It's very fun.
I saw that your marketing for it was very good.
Thank you.
I saw
We
it
did
all
some
over the
marketing
place.
with this guy too.
Yes.
You had a lot of dope people, man. People who were like popping in the
Yeah,
culture.
Nems is in it. Big Time Tommy, Wayne Diamond.
Was that inspired by a true story? Was that like a story you had to take
I
a
mean,
shit?
I feel like we all have
Right,
had that
for sure.
happen,
Before I stopped eating gluten, my days of just destroying gluten,
Yeah.
I thought I had a lactose issue. But
Yeah,
it turned out to
same.
be a gluten issue.
Same.
But I would eat a slice of pizza and then have to scramble around New York
Yeah.
City. I mean,
Yeah.
Dizza knows.
Yeah,
He's been
I
in the
would
car
do
with me
shit.
many times.
The book is $20, $19.99.
We're not talking about the book.
We're not.
I am.
Hey, Dave, that's it. That should be in the book. How to divert a conversation.
Do we have
Go
to
back
pay
to
for
the money, baby.
shipping?
Is it gonna be in Barnes and
what-
Noble?
It's like also
They're
1999.
not. What you mean we?
1999.
Where can we get the book? at?
Amazon.
He's definitely got a stake in the book. You own a percentage of the book.
Yeah, I'm getting rich off of it.
You never know.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I-
Speaking of getting rich off things, what did you do for a living before being
A
discovered
lot of
by
different
Nico?
things. Some of it
You're
even.
being filmed right now.
It's okay. Some of it legal.
Yeah.
I'm a tour guide. A licensed.
We don't want to hear about the legal shit.
Yeah, I really want to.
No, we start with the illegal
I'm a
shit.
licensed
Vegan.
tour guide.
Huh?
I'm a licensed New York City tour guide.
Okay.
I am a licensed process server. I do.
You guys know what that is?
Where do you get the license to be a tour guide from?
The city of New York you have to take the test. Not everybody does, but
So
I
when
have
and the test consisted of what?
152 questions.
So you had to study for this.
This is
I did. Most people have to study.
he's him. This is the golden New York right here.
I didn't have to study. I just
Telling
walked
you,
in.
bro.
But most people have.
All right, so
So we
tour
could-
guide, process server.
What is
tell
a
them what-
process?
Oh, process
server?
server is when they come up to you and they're like, you're
they try to-
being.
Yeah,
Say,
in a lawsuit, for example,
being subpoenaed.
if two people
Yes.
are suing each other,
Yes, yes.
the documents
Oh, that's
have to
fucking
be served.
hilarious.
Wait,
I would
if I
that's
open
you.
my door
watch him serve
and I see you
Johnny,
coming to serve
Johnny,
me,
I'm telling you,
oh,
that's
man. I'll close
he
the
could
door.
get to you. He know you.
Hold on.
He is New York. Listen, let me say something.
Oh my gosh.
If all right, first of all, that means he could find anybody, anywhere.
So have you ever filmed him serving somebody?
No.
You got to do that, bro.
Yeah, that'll go viral.
You got to do that.
That's
What's the craziest story you have of serving somebody? You ever had to chase anybody like a bounty hunter?
No, but I'll tell you this.
That's not how it works.
I would tell you this. Actually, I was doing a service in this neighborhood. I was doing a service, and I went over,
It's a little pointed.
rang the doorbell. Guy comes to the window, and I said, gave him my name, and I said, "Are you so and so, whatever his name was?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Well, I have a legal document I need to hand off to you," and he cursed a little bit, and he said, "You're on my property. Get the F off."
What you mean you got something
And
for
I
me?
said, "Well, I'm on the sidewalk, and I have legal right."
Not the response he wanted.
Which is true. And I said, I have the legal right to be here. So he looks through the window and says, I have a rifle. If you don't get off my property, I'm going to kill
This is
you.
in New York.
Back in the day, though.
All right.
About a year ago.
Recently. Oh, this is recently.
Oh, you still serving? Oh, God damn. He still
What do you know?
He gonna serve me by the boss man. I'm gonna see. I'll be like, Dave. He's gonna be like, no, sir.
Getting served today.
So
At
the
the end.
guy, I walked away. You know, I'm not going to get shot. I walked away. I called up the office that I work with, and I explained to them, you know, what happened. And my, you know, the woman or the boss there that I work with says, well, we don't want anybody to get shot. I said, okay. But she said, did he threaten you? I said, yes. I said, I'm going to go back. And so she said to me, why? I said, you know, my experience is most people that have guns don't tell you they have a gun. They take it out and they just
Taking a
shoot.
huge risk.
They don't say, I have a gun and I'm going to shoot you.
Right.
They just shoot it, do it, that's it. So she said, okay. So I went around the corner, and right on the corner there, I got lucky. There was a police car with two officers in it.
All right.
And I explained to them, I showed them my license. I have this legal document, you know, that I have to serve on this address. And she said, would you like us to come? I said, that would be nice, but, you know, you don't have to. So they come behind me. I walked up, ring the doorbell again, and the guy comes to the window
With the police escort.
screaming the same thing again.
Yeah.
So the officer got out of the car and said, sir, this gentleman is here to give you a document. You just threatened him with a rifle. Now, if you have a license for that rifle, you need to open the door and let me see it. If you do not have a license,
Kicking in the door.
then I will call for backup, and you know we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna have to, you know, arrest you. So the guy says something about, well, I do have it, and I don't want to get the documents. So she says again, sir, these are legal documents. If you don't want them, you don't have to accept them. But you just threatened again. I will say it one more time. If you do have a rifle, and you have a permit, a license for that, open the door. I see it. No, we'll all leave. Nobody would have a problem. But if you do not, you're going to get
And what
arrested.
happened?
She says to him, you know, sir, why don't you just accept this? We'll all leave. Eventually, you're going to have to accept it now or next week. You know, at another time. It's easier. Just take his documents and let's everybody get out of here. So the guy thought about it, and he opened the door like, you know, a tenth of an inch, and I handed it off. He slams the door, you know, and then the officer said he didn't have a gun. He didn't have a rifle.
So basically, you're a snitch.
He cheated.
So no, that's a cool story. I have one question. Give me one of the illegal things you did, because my mind is just running with what you could be doing.
The one of the less legal, not the really bad illegal shit.
Yeah, it doesn't
Give
have
us
to be
something that's
anything.
like, you know.
You used to forge baseballs and say Babe Ruth on them. And then
Nah,
that'll work.
honestly, I see more of like
I was
I see
did
more of
that.
something.
He goes, oh, that works. Yeah, no.
I see something more diabolical. I
I
feel
was
like you were
only
cooking meth or something.
I was joking about
He
it.
was joking. He doesn't do illegal
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
It
Good,
isn't-
good answer, Dave.
I work for my wife. You know, I do a lot of different things.
What are
Now,
you happiest doing?
I do a little bit of investigative work for some lawyers
Oh, that's
that
Like
are,
PI work?
well, they're trying to chase down
damn, you were an informant
husbands
for real.
that are trying to screw their wives
Oh, okay.
or their kids, and you have to give them the documents. They can't be sued until, and if they want to, you know, not accept the papers.
It is a dangerous line of work. Do you ever? I mean, aside from being threatened with the rifle, like
you never been hit?
No.
Never.
You know, I honestly sense a movie coming from this story
Never
right
been.
here. Like a guy like him, that's
Being a
a
processor?
processor is very funny.
You know, there was one guy we were looking at for a
Process.
while. He was trying to screw his wife out of money, and I hate that. I would do it for free.
God damn.
I hate it.
What about the other way around?
Men
A
are
wife
stupid.
stealing the shit from the husband.
I would say the same thing.
Same
Oh,
thing.
okay.
all right,
Wait.
And guys that don't want to pay their child support.
Yeah.
You know, you have kids.
You would have loved my father.
I think men are generally stupid, first of all. In general, men are stupid. But we were doing, we had a guy that we were looking for, and I found out that he liked French restaurants. He liked eating French with his girlfriend.
Right.
So he lived on the Upper East Side, and we made a list of, you know, a half a dozen French restaurants.
And let me guess, you went in there with that gorgeous mustache.
What I did was, yes, I took 2 days, and I went to the maitre d's of all the restaurants, showed a picture, said, I'm looking for this guy. You know, if he comes in, here's my number. Give me a call, we'll take care of you. I got a call one night from one of these guys. He said, I think your guy is here. I went to the restaurant, and it was him. And then I had them dress me up as a...
Albert Einstein?
No, as the busboy.
Come on.
Get the fuck out of here! This is some crazy plain clothes.
Elderly abuse?
Hold on. Okay,
I
okay.
put a busboy uniform on.
Okay.
Like I was a busboy.
Did you pretend you were French?
No, it was at the restaurant.
Oh, I
The
see you.
guy's there sitting
I
with-
would not
The
think.
guy's
Well
sitting
done,
with
me.
his
I have some
girlfriend.
paper.
So I went over. I had
Hold on, man.
So I went over, like I was a busboy.
Yeah.
And at some point I walked, pushed the wagon, the cart over to the guy's table. And I said, you having a nice time, sir, and hope you're having a nice time at the restaurant, this and that. He said, yes, we are. I said, oh, I have something to give you. And I took like a plate, and then I go, here's the document. And now you're served.
He thought he was getting
I like that story.
To make sure that he didn't say he never got served, one of my brother is a lawyer. So I called him up, and I had him sit like 2 tables away.
Oh, so he was a witness.
Yes,
Witness.
I had my brother as a
Yo,
witness.
that's fucking
Diabolical.
Yeah, bro, this
Yo,
is
you're
crazy.
thinking of
I had
every
my brother as a
avenue.
witness.
You're like, sir, when I see you in court, you're fucked.
Let's move back to Nico for a second.
Yeah,
So who's your favorite character that you've
Oh,
discovered?
come on. You can't ask,
Too many?
ask me that.
There's got to be one that is just the guy that if
Well,
you're having a bad day, you want to hang out with this person.
Green Lady.
Lady.
She's like the most positive.
I didn't think you were
wholesome.
going to say her, but okay. So there's the least amount, I'm assuming, most amount of enjoyment with the least amount of stress.
Right. There's no stress with
Right.
her.
Just good
No
vibes.
stress.
I'm not up on game. What does the green lady do?
She's the Green Lady of Brooklyn. She's
Okay.
like this 83-year-old woman whose whole life is green.
Okay.
Her whole house, everything she wears.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
She's a sweetie pie.
Sorry to keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Dave's disgusted with this part of the meal. No good?
Did
He told you he doesn't
Yeah.
like the gel.
I don't like the gel, and
Just take
not
a
it's
bite of
not
that gefilte.
seasoned enough either.
You want to know the truth, and I'm not going to eat it. I've never had gefilte fish.
You know I'm not Jewish.
You're not.
No.
I didn't know that.
I,
Look at that.
I got yelled at before.
Well, I wasn't bar mitzvahed. I'm half Jewish.
Okay.
My dad is Jewish. My mom's Italian.
Got it.
I
Wow.
would have guessed you for
You know what's
Italian.
funny? I thought I was an Italian Jew up until like 3 months ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, because I was told that my whole life by cousin Todd. He's like, yeah, your dad's mom is fucking Italian from the Bronx. So I was like, oh, so we're Italian Jews. And then his sister came to my house, to spend the weekend. And I just happened to say in passing, like, oh, I'm Italian Jew. She's like, what? No, you're not. And debunked the whole thing. So
Yeah.
shout out cousin
There's a
Todd.
lot of Italian Jews.
I thought I was an honorable cousin.
Venice, they claimed one of the oldest Bibles in the world in Venice. And they have an original copy that is verified of Torah. They have one of the original in Venice.
wow.
Venice had a huge Jewish community
Really?
in the 14th and 15th
So-
and more. Huge.
Okay, so but you don't identify as Jewish then, because you said you're not Jewish.
Well, no, I mean,
right? You
Never
didn't
got
get bar
bar
mitzvah.
mitzvah.
I didn't get bar
right.
mitzvah, so I can't claim
You grew up
it.
with both your parents, or
Yeah.
just? Oh, got it. Wildest shit you've ever seen that you didn't get to capture? Is there that one? I always see funny shit going on that I just miss capturing.
Again, you're putting me on the spot. I have so many.
So
good
many?
ones, but I can't even think.
Fair enough.
But I always I always got it on me,
Right.
I'm quick on the
always
draw.
got it.
Definitely, you got to be quick.
I think a guy like you, when you walk the streets,
Yeah.
just in general, when you're walking down any street, or on a subway, or in New York, there's always something going
There's
on.
always something going on.
Yeah, that's it. And walking down the street, there's always something to film,
There is.
something going on.
Can we talk about your book a little bit?
Sure.
Just because I'm personally excited about
Yeah.
it, so I know the world's gonna love it.
Yeah.
You have a book coming out.
Book coming out, the New York Nico's Guide to New York City. Comes out October 22nd.
Fire.
That's
I
gonna
need
be
to get
fire.
that. I'm new to New York, so
I bet that's gonna.
Have you
be
done a book before? Or
No,
is it your
first
first time?
one, first
I bet that's gonna be a bestseller. I'm
I
not
hope
even
so.
guessing.
Everyone in this room's got to pre-order a copy.
100%.
I
You
got
got
it.
you got to pre-order a copy for everybody.
Done.
All right, there we go. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Who are you doing it with? Independent or
HarperCollins.
who?
HarperCollins.
Oh, nice.
Heard of
Okay.
them?
Yeah, I heard of them.
He's got a
He
bunch
just
of books
flossed on me real
downstairs.
quick. He's like,
Parker Cones. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
The other day, I took books to Johnny's car. I'm like, he's never read a single one of these. nor will he ever.
Nah, he's just supporting friends. He's just buying books.
Listen, I need these books for the house.
Nah, he's got to
just
support.
picking out random books
Nah,
downstairs.
it's probably his boys.
They got cobwebs and shit on them.
It's books that I want to review because I'm looking for ideas right now. I love books. I know your book is going to be crazy.
Thank
and
you.
you got who to do the cover?
Chris Wilson.
So Chris Wilson.
Not only the cover, he did like all the illustrations.
Why'd you point there? Did he do
So
something?
he's worked a lot with Johnny.
Oh,
He's
okay.
done
I
some
thought
of
you
my
pointed at
he's done
Jacob.
some of my favorite art. He's an
Did you find him
incredible-
through me?
I don't
feel
know,
like you might
maybe.
have.
He was working at the old cinematic office.
Right. I think
So that
you
was through
did because I was working with him in 2017, and I think I
Definitely
remember.
before me.
Oh yeah.
Before me.
Because I think I remember him telling me that he like got a job through you.
Yeah, he was downstairs working with us for a while.
Yeah.
He's very talented. Yeah,
Very
so,
talented.
So the book comes out. You're working on a film. I read the script. It's fucking hysterical.
Thank you.
I hope that gets made. What else do you have on the docket? Like, what are some goals that or
Some
things?
goals, working on some TV ideas, film.
He is.
All right, we're gonna take a break for a second. We're gonna kick Milk off the set. Just go over that way, my friend. I got nothing but love for you, but that way right now.
Has he made a dent in that Hennessy?
Yeah, he's halfway through it.
Nah, he's like, no, this is the
But let's
second
not
bottle.
forget, it was mixed with Corona.
Oh.
And high noons.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that's a mix I've never seen.
Shit.
Yeah, he's just trying to.
Well, we're
he's
gonna
just
bring
trying
you
to
back
get
on
there.
at the end once I get through this part of it. Okay?
What's your first impression of Milk?
I like him.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, he reminds me of Cousin Todd.
Oh, fuck y'all, bro.
That's a compliment.
Compliment.
Yeah,
That's a
Cousin Todd was a
compliment.
legend, bro.
That's a
legend.
I don't
compliment.
know who that is.
Probably the most loved person I've ever worked with.
I'm beloved.
Not like
Not like Cousin Todd. He,
not like Todd, kid.
But he does remind me of Todd in a certain way. Fine, you could come back on the show. Come
Like a young Todd, you know?
on. Come on.
wanna-
All
Before he
right.
found his way.
No.
Nah, you know
My
what? man?
manager's looking over my contract. I'll be back later, maybe.
Let's make no mistake about it. I love Milk. He's a good guy.
But he ain't no Cousin Todd.
I said he reminded me.
Yeah, but
Of a
that's
young-
but that's
a young
compliment.
Todd.
Hi, I'm to
Todd.
Cousin Todd. I didn't know he was dead. I'm sorry for saying so.
Long live Cousin Todd. It's all good. We've
Way to make it uncomfortable again.
He's
man.
very much alive. Very much alive.
Just,
man.
this is just what he does.
I was waiting for Kev.
Yo,
I was
every 3
waiting.
seconds, every time this cocksucker opens his mouth, somebody's feeling uncomfortable.
I still
Shut
go-
the fuck up.
I still go to
Fucking exiled out of the show.
I still go to a grief therapist over my Cousin Todd, okay?
I'm about to go a grief therapist over fucking Kev.
Oh, please.
Over what?
Over
Kev.
me. Over me.
He lays into me every show. Pause.
I shouldn't have brought this up. I apologize.
Got them guests
Well, I want to
apologize.
thank you though, because you gave Cousin Todd a platform. Thank you, bro. What was I gonna say? I had something so good to talk to you about with the barrier of entry, but I can't remember it now. Should we go into some of the games we wanted to play, Jacob?
Yes, let's do the games.
Yeah, you can play some videos too. Start off.
Okay, let's do that. You don't do a ton of podcasts, right?
Not really, no.
No? Have you done a few, like a few big ones?
I've done a couple. I don't know. I just feel like I like this one because it's different, but I feel like all podcasts are the same. Like, how many times do I have to tell the story? you
Right.
know?
We really pride ourselves on the goal here is to have a serious convo with somebody we respect, but at the same time bring you into our world.
Yeah.
It's a shit show. I mean,
Yeah.
you know me forever. Like, when Cousin Todd was around
Yeah.
and me and Dizza growing up and just all the characters around us.
Yeah.
I just want to give that to the world now that I have that platform.
You could imagine if they didn't respect you.
Yeah.
Only people who come on here we respect.
Yeah. You too, Dave.
Tell.
I know. I'm fucking. It's just the way we show our love.
So with the
Obvious.
industry being in the state that it's in, where it's damn near impossible to break down, Hollywood's door. Do you have a plan to put something out independently? Like, I would imagine probably, some of the best directors, like, who did Fruitvale Station again?
Kugler.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Like, he did that independently,
Yeah.
the trailer, and then somebody saw it and, like, really, like, picked up to it and they funded it. Like, do you have a plan or any way that you see yourself?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we're exhausting our options right now
Right.
with the film that I have that I'm working on right now.
The script you sent me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think you could do that independently.
Yeah.
I do.
If anyone's got a couple $1 million, let me know.
Yeah, it's crazy how I don't think people realize. Even with the first time I realized I had the meeting with Teddy, and I was with Greg, and then we were talking about doing the short, and they brought in their production guy came in and was like, yeah, it'll be around 2-3 million an episode. I
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
crazy.
holy shit!
It's
Yeah.
great.
That was the first time I really
Expensive.
was like, yo, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
What do we got on the screen right here?
We've got one video.
I got 5 chickens. I don't want any LED on them. But scan my shirt 5 times.
Yo, I see. Wow. I didn't know this was him.
That's a regular credit card.
I got one. There you go. I don't want to charge it on this card. I want to put it on this card. Scan it. Okay.
He goes, I think this is a TikTok video.
Whose idea was that?
No,
It's a good idea.
I didn't shoot that. That's Noah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Noah makes content as well?
Noah's the old Jewish. That's yeah.
Oh, his page.
Yeah,
is Okay, I didn't know. I thought Dave was running that.
You think Dave is running an Instagram account?
I mean, you never know now.
The guy's a fucking processor. He's a private investigator. I wouldn't put
But
it
you think
past
he
him.
knows how to use a cell phone?
Probably not. Probably not. You have flip phones?
no, I have a very old iPhone. I can read email.
Oh, gosh.
But you don't know how to post on Instagram or anything. Yeah.
Have you ever scrolled and just watched other videos on Instagram before?
I watch TikTok.
TikTok.
So as an old man, you can still appreciate social media.
I mean, you have to. You're putting out your book tour.
Did we get you secondhand high? You good?
I think it's part of what we have. That's it. Not going back, but I think it's more. There's more detrimental things on it than there are.
I agree with that. Let me ask you something.
That's
though.
true.
My opinion.
Let me ask you something. You as a kid, do you think you would have got a lot of females on TikTok and Instagram sliding into DMs? Like, you were at a disadvantage when you were a kid. You were going to bars to try to find girls. Right now, you could just slide into
I think
DMs.
it's an advantage, actually.
Everything about that life. I'm 72, so 50 years ago
Yeah.
is different than it is today. Everything.
Right, but would you have gotten more girls now or then?
Never thought about it.
Because now
Probably.
you can just slide into
Well,
You
now
know
you're
what?
internet famous,
Probably-
so you would get a lot of girls.
Probably that. I think before.
Yeah, you would have got more
No.
before?
Dave, do you understand how
he
viral
was
you are on
outside.
TikTok?
Yeah.
You know how many females would want to, get a piece
Yeah.
of that?
Maybe.
A young stud.
Oh, look,
Young stud
acting stupid. All right.
I mean, a lot of girls are looking for sugar daddies. Like your Instagram.
Well, he's
is
happily
cool.
married.
Oh, you're happily married.
Or happily?
I'm married.
Yeah.
He took out the happy part. I like
Yo,
Dave. Yes, Dave.
hilarious.
I like
So
Dave.
funny.
I like Dave.
He's happily married, right?
Oh,
Happily,
Well, married, yes.
Nico, my wife is away till Wednesday.
Okay.
So I am happily married this week.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
For the last 10 days,
like it. I
I've been
like
very happily married.
What's this, Jacob?
I think we've got a couple videos for Nico that we just want to ask.
Static.
Oh, this video was. This I have two
This
questions.
is
First
real.
of all, this
This
was
is fake.
outlandish.
This is fake.
But did you plan this?
No way. No way, bro. No. I saw this one. I was like, nah, this guy. But he does a really good job of
He
just
does.
playing, just like, no, just me putting a straw in a hot dog and.
What is he doing?
The glizzy straw is just bonkers.
He's putting the hot dog
Would you
in
have
the
more
soda?
respect for me if I told you it was real or if I told you it was staged?
Honestly,
Either one. I think either one is quite crazy because like one is the guy's nuts, but the other one is wow, you really know how to make a viral clip.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's not a respect thing. It's more like, damn, you literally put together a clip that went viral versus it actually organically happening. Is pretty
Can't
interesting.
tell.
That's really ill.
Yeah, well, the question itself of not being able to know, of like, yo, this has to be fake or whatever. That is the concept you're going for.
Yeah,
That was
but-
what you went for.
I'm being honest. I thought it was. I'm thinking it's real.
But he did a very good job of playing that.
I didn't say whether it was
No,
real.
I know.
No,
I
that-
know.
no, that's why
I know
I
you
just
didn't
said
say.
that.
I know you didn't say.
Either way, capturing the moment is extremely talented, and putting it together is
Yes.
extremely talented. So which is it? Or you're not gonna tell us?
Nah, you can't tell.
That's cheating.
Yo, they got their own.
Hold on, because
language.
I think Jacob just gave it away. He knows who's eating that hot dog, which means
I know him now too.
Jacob.
Yeah,
Wants
I
to
mean,
move
look,
on.
I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna say that's fake.
But even so,
But
if it
I
is
think
fake,
that's dope.
Again, not more respect, but more props to you because you
Yeah, he
created
created that shit from
moment.
scratch.
You created that moment. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
You have to have a
thinking
type
of-
of mind to think of something.
Yo, make the
happy all the time.
Oh my God! How are you?
This is Pujin.
I think I saw him.
Yeah, you have. Henry!
Oh, Nicolas!
How are you?
That's the person who helped me.
Henry.
Yes.
I have a special guest who wants to meet you.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Thank you.
How are you, Henry?
Oh my God.
Henry!
No, man. No, oh my God.
Henry! Henry!
Oh, Nicolas.
I think it's just repeating itself now. Oh, maybe not.
No.
Oh, there's a lot of Nicholases.
Yeah, there were.
Now it's repeating itself. Very, very special relationship with
Yeah.
him, right?
Yeah, he's the man.
So why wouldn't you pick him over the green?
No, I told you I can't
Yeah.
pick. I also can't be put on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I look.
He
Henry's
seems
the
very
fucking
genuine.
best, bro.
Yeah, he seems great.
Also, Jamal from the Village Revival Records. Love Jamal.
yeah,
like I
yeah.
can go see him. Oh, Dave too.
I was gonna say, where
Dave
does he
is the
rank on
best.
this whole thing?
Well, Dave
up
is
there, bro.
Dave's one of my
Top
favorite
5?
people. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Dave's one of my favorite
So
people
how
in
did
New
that
York.
relate?
You missed the fireworks too.
I know.
How did that relationship with him start? You
With
just
Henry?
heard it- you heard that it was
So
going
yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier, but a friend of mine reached out to me over the pandemic. Was like, "Yo, he's struggling. Customer put out a GoFundMe for him. Can you share it?" And I was like, "Well, I'll go visit him, do an interview with him." Did the interview the next day. We raised like $50,000.
Fire, bro.
And he was just like extremely grateful. But he's just like the nicest dude. Like you see how he treats me, but he treats all his customers that way too.
And he's still up and running, still
Yeah,
doing his thing.
yeah, he's the best.
Izzy, you got that lighter?
Oh, I'd be stuck in my bed for 3 days.
So he's gonna eat a whole jar.
Yeah, so this guy put flyers around the city saying that he was going to eat a jar of cheese balls at Union Square at like 3 p.m. on a Saturday.
And people went.
And people showed up. That's how sick I am. I put that shit in my calendar. Like I made a point.
Pause
to
it
be
for
there.
a sec, Jacob. So sometimes you'll see things on social media that are going on in
Yeah,
New York
yeah,
City.
yeah,
and you
yeah,
just-
yeah. I also like, I go to like the same events every year: Puerto Rican Parade,
Right.
4th of July, St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day.
You have a routine
So
at this
I'll
point.
make sure it's in my schedule. I don't have like an assistant or anything.
Oh, really?
I like doing it myself.
Like you do the hot dog every year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, certain things there's going to be a moment at,
Right.
most likely.
right.
And then the other stuff like this just kind of.
Yeah, this kind of just pops up.
Right. Good piece of performance art.
This was maybe one of the craziest things I've. That's not true. It's one of the craziest moments I've ever experienced.
Look at his
Only
ball.
because, do you remember last year during the SAG strike, people were posting clips of Adam Sandler playing in parks. And I was like, bro, like I need to see this dude. Like I was thinking about hitting up paparazzi. I know, just because like it's just something that I needed to see. And I was with my friend and we were walking down the street and I was telling him like how badly I want to see Adam Sandler. And we were passing by this park and I'd seen a clip of him playing like a week ago at this park. I was like, yo, what are the chances that he would be there today? I was like, let's just check it out. And then sure enough, he was fucking there.
Wow.
And he's a baller too.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, he could play.
It was great.
And I'm assuming he lives close by there. I would assume, right? That's
I don't
probably
even
just
know.
like his local
But it was
spot.
like, it was the SAG strike. So, no one was working.
Right, he was just hooping
He
it
was
up.
just chilling.
Put us on to one thing New York that is slept on that you think we might not know about. Or is this on the spot and it's going to...
Bro, I'm telling you, on the spot,
Right.
I'm no good, but let me try. Put you onto one thing.
One thing in New York that you think we need to peep.
Well, as music people, you should peep Village Revival Records. Jamal is like one of the best guys in New York, and
All
it's
right, we're
worth
gonna-
going there just because he's the man, and you would
All
love
right,
him.
Done.
Yeah.
Mark that down, Jacob. We're going to go there.
And if you don't carry any of your records there, you should.
Oh, he has new records?
Yeah,
as well?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Well, you're married, so I don't know. Can I ask a question about the all-time New York baddie, or is that going
The
to...
all-time New York baddie. Rosie Perez and Do the Right Thing.
Okay. Okay,
That's
good
just
one,
the first
good
one that comes
good
to
one.
mind.
You don't smoke, do you?
No,
Never smoked or
not
stopped?
since college.
Okay.
Favorite city outside of New York?
Tokyo.
Very New York-esque.
It is, yeah.
Best day of the year in New York City?
That one's also really hard, but I'll just say 4th of July just because it happened.
And it keeps
Coney
very
Island, yeah, Coney Island, 4th of July,
Okay.
hot dog eating contest.
I've never been to a hot dog eating contest.
It's an experience.
I need
I was
to do
actually
that
supposed to
sometime.
hang out with this guy on 4th of July because he's in Rockaway. He does fireworks on the beach.
He
But
flaked?
I did flake, but I told him I was very tired. So
They where I live in Rockaway near Reese Park, right on the ocean. On the night July 4th, the firemen, a lot of firemen live out there. They come to the beach. They dig these big holes in the sand. They have bonfires, and then they set their own fireworks.
Love it. Most iconic New York slang.
oh, I hate that question.
Oh, is
New
that a
York what?
generic one? Because I'm not writing these. You know who's writing these. Do you want to ask some of these, Kev?
Yo is the like.
Yo?
it's
Okay,
classic.
fair enough. You think Yo's from New York?
Is it? Is it not?
I don't know. Is it?
I think it must be if you traced it back.
To Yo?
I'm sure it's yeah.
Yo,
I said dead ass.
Yo and oi.
I said it on
Oy.
the real. All right, rank the boroughs in terms of wildness.
In terms of wildness.
Yeah.
Don't say it first.
I don't know if I want to
feel like
answer that
EX
question.
always
I
goes-
feel like
Oh
that
my
set me up
God,
for failure.
bro. Here y'all go.
Say?
I can't answer that question. Set me up for failure.
All right, fine. Top 3 slices in the city.
Top 3 slices. Man, I'm trying to stay away from the ones that everybody says.
You ever ate at Vinny's?
Well, don't stay away from it if they're
Vinny's
the best.
is
Well,
a
no,
great slice.
and I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
Like it's not original.
Yeah.
But like Lindustry is great.
Very good.
Mama's 2 is great. What else?
I put Vinny's as my top
I'm trying to-
5.
Mama's 2
Vinny's.
Uptown on 106.
Yes, but they just opened one in the West Village. So
Mama's is good. The Joe's
Lindustry
in the
and
West-
Mama's 2 just opened up like right next door.
What
to each
about
other.
Joe's in the West Village? You don't consider that
That's
one?
No, Joe's is, but like Joe,
People know it already?
everyone knows
Right,
Joe's.
okay.
What else?
think.
I really like Carmine's on Graham Avenue. What else? Oh, Cuts and Slices.
You like cuts and slices?
Fire.
like
I
that?
love
Facts.
Cuts and Slices.
Love it.
Facts.
Just
I-
because
yeah.
and like that's, look, I think good pizza is good pizza.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of those. I don't have like
Yeah,
a
I'm the
refined
same way.
palate. Like
Yeah.
if you gave me 3 different pizzas from 3 different shops, I might not be able to tell you like But like Cuts and Slices, I will always know a Cuts and Slices.
Isn't there
slice.
one right here in Bed-Stuy?
Yeah. That's the.
I didn't
original.
know. I keep hearing about it, but I haven't been.
Oh, you've
Nah,
never
it's-
been, bro? I feel like.
No, yeah. You might have to.
Especially
You
if
might have to
someone-
go after.
I
this.
know the
You
owner.
tripping.
I get a-
Yeah.
All right.
They got breakfast slices.
Yeah.
They got
Really?
slices for. Yeah, they got.
the
chicken
oxtail
and
I've never been
slice.
there either. But I've never been to a lot of places.
Insane, but it's like I feel like it gets a bad rap because
It has all these
It puts a lot of
variations.
like crazy shit on
Right.
pizza, but it's really good.
That's
Like,
why I never really was like, oh, I gotta go, because I see like French toast pizza,
Right.
and I'm looking for like a good slice of
Nah,
pizza
but
for the most part. But I'm gonna try it.
French
and
toast
also
pizza be
Randy, the
good.
owner, he'll tell you like
Yeah,
he
Randy.
doesn't get respect, partially because he's a black-owned pizzeria
Right.
owner. Like
I didn't know
you
that
know,
either.
like a lot of the Italians probably feel a certain type of way
100%.
that he's like taking
Right.
this
He's
classic
winning
food.
too. He's winning.
Yeah, and he's taking this
We're
classic
gonna go
food
there.
and
We're
like
gonna go there.
putting his own spin on it.
Didn't he
But I
open
think it
another
works.
shop?
What's up?
Not to cut you off. Didn't he open another
Yeah,
shop?
in Ozone Park.
He's going up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. He's
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta go.
Shit, $50 pies, he killing them.
I mean,
$50 pie.
No,
Fucking
the
crazy.
chicken Alfredo slice. Oh,
Oh, well, they got a ton of shit on it. It's specialty
Yeah.
slices. So they're,
oh
Yeah.
that makes sense.
man, nah,
That
you,
makes
yeah, you do gotta go, Johnny.
So they're known mostly for their specialty slices.
yeah.
not-
Yeah. But their plain slice is really good too,
Yeah.
and it's unique. It's different, you know.
What's your favorite Knicks moment of all time?
Favorite Knicks moment of all time? Well, meeting Allen Houston,
That's fire.
but in terms of gameplay, Larry Johnson's 4-point play.
Okay.
Yeah, I think again not original, but like how could that not be?
Yeah, no,
One of your
those.
favorites.
I mean, you want the originals.
Yeah.
What
What about you, Dizzy?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about you?
My
Dylan?
favorite Nick moment, Allen Houston teardrop taking us to the second round past Miami when we got to the finals '99. That might have been my favorite one because it was like we wasn't supposed to make it.
Yeah.
Played Atlanta the next round, swept them. It felt like we had a home game every game because
Yeah.
it was going crazy. That was like my most fondest good Nick moment.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's a bunch of them, but then it's the other stuff. but
Absolutely.
The Allen Houston.
Actually, you know what? My favorite moment, I just didn't think of it because it was so recent, but last year I went to Cleveland to watch them win
Against Donovan.
against the series, yeah. And that was just like being there in there, like in Cleveland, and winning was a great feeling.
Do you go to a ton of away games?
I went because they sent me there, but yeah, I went to Philly this year. Like I think it's fun traveling for playoff games.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that? Philly, I ain't
that
gonna
was-
lie, yeah.
That was a
After-
blast, but it was like half as many. Like there were I'd say 50% were Knicks fans, so it was like
Really?
Madison Square
they was
Square Garden
violent.
too.
Have you been to another arena that you would say is close to like
No,
MSG?
no,
Nothing, right?
hell no.
What, the energy?
Yeah.
The energy. I just love Madison Square Garden. Like that's my fucking happy place.
Last question. What's your Mount Rushmore of rappers?
Mount Rushmore of rappers.
New York City
rappers.
Sorry, yeah.
Big L,
Okay. Check.
Cameron.
Yup.
Well, I would put all Dipset on one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So Big L, Dipset.
Prodigy.
Okay.
Can I put groups
Mobb
or
Deep.
does
Yeah,
it have
yeah,
to be?
yeah, yeah.
Oh well, then if it's groups, Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, Big L, Diplomats. I really like Nonfiction.
They're not from New York. They're from New York
Well,
upstate, but I guess that's New York.
I consider them New York.
Yeah.
Also, Ill Bill's from New York.
So's
Brooklyn.
LP from Run the Jewels.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Nobody ever picks G Unit.
Oh
Yo,
fuck!
I
yeah.
was thinking of. I was
about Big?
thinking
No,
of
but
G-
no. I know they're obviously very iconic, but a lot of people don't say it. I don't.
No,
which is weird.
G-
What about
G-Unit.
Biggie?
Eh.
No, really.
Like Biggie's great, but I feel like he's also on everyone's Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Not that Diplomats and Wu-Tang aren't.
Fair enough.
No, they're probably not. They're probably
Nah,
not
I mean,
everybody.
Wu-Tang is probably the biggest group to ever come out of New York, because across the whole world,
Yeah.
they had more of an impact than anybody.
I'd also put ASAP Ferg on there.
Interesting.
I love ASAP Ferg.
That's the first I heard that too.
Bro,
Yeah, same.
I love
yeah,
A$AP
I ain't gonna
Ferg.
lie,
Same.
he's nice.
Good
Wait, was
luck
there no
with-
trivia? I thought there was trivia.
Hit the trivia. So whoever loses has to run the Brooklyn 5K.
Yeah.
That is the challenge, right?
It is a Brooklyn 5K. Yeah.
Okay.
When
now
is it?
listen.
We gotta make sure I'm not on this road.
We'll find one where you're available.
And hold on. Are we all committing to this? If you lose, you're running the 5K.
No, 5K is.
No, I'm not doing.
Oh, I'm mad.
I don't even know why
No,
you
I think
even
that's 3
ask.
miles.
I'll play a little fucking
5K is
trivia
3
game.
miles.
I'm not running
This is
shit.
just always me against
That's not
Johnny.
that bad.
It's all good.
It's not bad.
That's not
Give
that
it, give it
bad.
to Ray Ray.
Ray Ray said he's not doing it.
Ray Ray said he ain't running that shit.
Yeah, I walk. You can power walk.
Damn, I want
You
to.
can do the 5K however you want.
I'll power walk.
You want to compete, Nick?
Yeah.
So do you want?
Nah,
Questions?
'cause it-
Questions? Be honest.
No, I didn't. I
Izza
didn't. I
can
read
read the
something about
question.
New Year's
I
Eve.
read
All
the
right,
question.
Izza can read the question.
Nico's
I'll read
gonna
the
play.
question.
But I'm not running a 5K.
I'll read the
But I'm not.
Oh, you're not willing to run the 5K? No, this is serious. When we lose,
Nah, yeah, they.
so
Yeah.
every week.
Everybody
we
be
do
holding their-
Whoever plays, you have
Listen,
to do it.
I'm a fat fuck. I'm
5K is just 3 miles.
It's a little
Alright,
over
fuck it,
3.
yeah,
A little
yeah.
over
You
3.
could walk it, bro. You could
Okay.
walk it. And honestly, you'd see some good shit.
I'm
along
down.
the
I'm
way.
down.
Where's the questions?
But Dizza automatically has to run because he.
No, he won't though. He won't.
He won't.
He won't. It doesn't matter. He doesn't play. He normally just he'll do it, but that's it. He's not doing whatever the fuck the loser has to do.
Usually it's something painful like smelled fucking.
Or
Might be
eat
the lightest
something or
one.
fucking. This one's like actually more normal.
I got it.
They're all New York questions.
No.
NYC
this one-
trivia.
I guess that makes sense.
All right, y'all. NYC trivia. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right. It's 5 questions. 30 seconds to answer.
What the hell?
Answers revealed after each question. Loser has to run the Brooklyn 5K.
I like Dizza doing this part of the episode.
Yeah, he might just need to moderate.
Like it's a pop.
Yo,
quiz.
imagine Dizza was a real game show host on
It'd be
TV.
amazing.
I could do it. I could do it. All right, NYC trivia. True or false? It is common for people celebrating New Year's Eve in Times Square to wear adult diapers, as they are locked into a place for hours and cannot access public bathrooms. True or false?
Okay. True.
True.
Bro, come on, bro. These questions are so easy.
Yeah, this is an easy one.
Question number 1. And by the way, it's been very hard to make things that they can answer correctly.
That is also true. But what's that is spelling?
What happens if y'all all win? Like, what the hell?
Well, then no one's running the 5K.
Yeah, no
We're all
one, I'm
gonna
not
stay
winning if I
unhealthy.
win. I'm not running if I win.
All right, y'all ready for the next one?
Go ahead.
Which borough in NYC has the most rats?
Yo, they just said that's on a meme. I
Oh,
swear.
really?
Somebody
like
could
2
actually
weeks
lose this
ago.
one.
Fuck.
The saying is.
I feel like
what
it's a
y'all
trick
think.
question. Like I know what everyone wants
No,
to say.
it's not a
but
trick.
Nah, it's really not.
guaranteed.
They just released.
I'm
it was
shocked
a
to even
meme
know
like
this.
2 weeks ago.
Really? Well, if you say in shock,
Yeah,
then
don't give away fucking hints.
I didn't give it away. I said I'm shocked.
But is
You're
it based on like the amount
In
of
the 5
space?
boroughs.
I know, but like
30 seconds.
obviously some boroughs are bigger than others.
Some might be closer to the water. That might influence it.
yeah.
Damn.
I think I know.
About 15 seconds left.
I'm gonna be
guys.
wrong on this, but
I'm gonna go with. You
All right,
made me
now
change my
let's
answer.
start with Kev.
Fuck Staten Island. Cause you said I was gonna say
Staten
Manhattan.
Island too.
I said
Hell
Manhattan.
no.
wait,
I was gonna say Manhattan.
I got this wrong, but no,
Queens?
It's Manhattan, right?
It's the,
Brooklyn.
yeah, yo, bro.
Biggest fire.
They just came
Wow.
out with
We all
me
got wrong. All right, I feel better.
like 2 weeks
myself.
ago.
When you said water, I was like, all right, Staten Island.
No, he said water.
Well, I was gonna say Manhattan at
Yeah,
first.
Manhattan just
I
because
said I
of
was
like
shocked.
the
Times Square, yeah.
Fuck.
Damn, that's a good question.
yeah,
Disgusting.
Brooklyn.
Next.
All right.
All right. How much does it cost to obtain a license for a hot dog stand outside of the Central Park Zoo?
You gonna give us options, or we
The
just?
closest
Yeah, yeah,
answer
what the-
without going over wins.
Wait, say
This
that one
is
more
a-
time.
All right. How much does it cost to obtain a license for a hot dog stand outside of the Central Park Zoo?
And this is annually.
It's a one-time fee.
It's a one-time fee.
Is that new? Because they used to auction them off.
Ah,
There
yeah.
you go, Dave. Put
This is-
put Jacob
how long
right on
is
the
it
spot.
For?
Yeah,
That I happen
Dave.
to know for a fact.
How long is it
It's
for?
for the standard amount of time.
What's the standard amount of
I
time?
think it's like a couple years,
Couple years.
maybe 10 years. I don't know.
All right, I got my answer.
Wait, do we have lifelines in this or no?
No, no.
I like that though.
You should.
Yeah, I
We
We
should
should
have
do
lifelines.
lifelines, but no.
We have lifelines for this one.
sure if we can trust it.
Above-
No, because
above-
I would have lifelined somebody.
Above
That's bullshit.
10K or below.
Wait, but that's not the lifeline. I was gonna call somebody.
Yeah,
Oh.
In front of the Central
wait,
Park
wait, wait.
Zoo?
I would actually ask him, but
In front of the Central Park Zoo?
damn,
Okay.
that's a hard question.
No,
All
I
right.
have an
250?
idea. I know how much it costs in front of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. That I could tell you. You'd be
Yeah, I was about to
astounded.
say 250 is a little too low.
I was gonna say $50,000.
Damn.
125,000.
Oof. I said 100K.
All right. Now, the closest answer
Yes.
without going over wins. So the closest answer is Nico.
No,
It's
no.
about 100.
Wait, what does that say?
125,000. 125,000.
Oh, it was
What does it say?
125. I
Yeah.
can't see the one.
100. Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
Wait,
hold on.
125,000.
Kevin, I didn't see the one. My bad.
He did
Kev.
say 125.
Kev is the closest. Because the answer is 289,000.
Yeah.
What the?
Wow.
Yeah, Kev won that one. All right. Y'all ready for the next one?
Yep.
How many languages are spoken in New York City?
Is it or each separate? Like for the Indian people, like they obviously each have their
Yeah.
own language. Like all that
Yeah,
count.
but-
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna say.
Wait,
Don't look at me, motherfucker.
I'm gonna say 150.
wait. Don't. Hold on. I didn't
It
write
still
it.
might be
We gotta
more
lock
than
it in.
that.
We gotta lock
I
it
know
in.
it might be.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm comfortable with 150.
All right, right. I'm good.
Dave, no, man.
I'm gonna say 50.
I'm gonna say 200.
Nico's the closest. The answer is roughly 700.
What?
So
There's 700 languages.
Well,
I could believe it though.
Yeah?
I could believe that.
How many
This-
countries are there?
Yeah, but
That's New York.
It's not really that high, but that's assuming that the Indians,
Yes.
there's 20 different.
Yeah, Bengali, fucking this.
Right,
one,
that's
that.
all. In every ethnic country, in every ethnic group, there's 20 different languages,
I got a
dialects.
question, Dave.
But
How
the
many
truth is
different
187.
Jewish languages are
Ooh,
there?
I would have won.
There's Yiddish, which is considered a Jewish one. There's Hebrew. There's Ladino, which is Sephardic Jews. Many Jews speak Arabic. Yiddish was the Jewish language from Eastern Europe. Hebrew is Hebrew.
By the way, he
Like-
he didn't say it today, but he loves to say that he's African American.
Really?
Dave, walk us through this.
About what?
So your father, you're on your father's side or your mother's
My
side?
father.
On your father's side. And your
He's from
father
where?
was what?
Keep guessing.
Your father was, I'm assuming, Jewish and also Jamaican?
Nope.
I'm gonna say Jewish and Haitian.
Yeah.
Nope.
I was going to say Haitian.
Haitian, you said?
Yeah.
You're in the wrong hemisphere.
All right.
Right.
Africa.
Yeah, I'm African American.
All right. So he's legitimate. Okay, cool.
My father's from Morocco.
Oh, all right.
Interesting. My son is black and white, so he's black, and he's gonna look like you. He's like very light skinned. He doesn't really like.
Well, that's tan.
We're called
What
our
do you mean?
Dave's out here.
In the year 2000, the U.S. Census gave us a new category. We're called white African Americans.
White African American.
Well, like somebody from South Africa would be a white African American.
I've never heard that. Have you? Has anybody?
No, that's technically.
No, it makes sense.
So is he
Every day
invited
on
to
the
the
show.
cookout?
My father's from
He's
Morocco.
invited to the
You
cookout.
learn something every day on this show.
Dave
Gotta
could
be
pull up.
outside.
Dave could pull up to the
Yeah,
cookout.
Dave could pull up to the
Facts.
cookout.
You hear that, Dave?
What?
He
You're
valid.
invited to the cookout.
You're invited to the cookout, Dave.
Oh, good. When is it?
You're valid in Dykeman.
You're having kosher food, I assume.
We
Yeah.
still, well, you
Yeah.
know how we are. We still planning it, man. I'm not. You invited. You invited. Just know you got an invitation.
Now, we don't have a date yet.
Yeah, we don't got a
Might-
date yet. but
I
I
did.
swear you're invited.
Now, you want a cute story? When my daughter applied for college, okay, I told her to put on the application African American.
Jesus Christ.
True story. Because they give you more points, and all that stuff. So we're not lying. No, we're not, man.
So basically, you're racially.
He's not lying, though. I
Not
swear
lying.
he's not
Of
lying.
course he's not lying. Of course he's
So,
not lying.
so wait a minute. So wait. So she, I don't know if it helped at all because she was a dummy anyway. But she comes one day. True story. She comes one day with a paper, and it says it's called the African American Orientation.
Oh my God.
Okay. So she shows it to me. I said, okay, go ahead.
Like, look, Dad, look what you got me into now.
Well, then I said to her, but when you get there, be prepared. You're going to be the only white face in the room. Okay? So she goes to the thing. A teacher comes out to say, can I help you? She shows her the documents, and the teacher says, this is you must be in the wrong room. This is the African American orientation. So she says, no, I got an invitation. So she shows it to the lady, and the lady asked her a question. She said, well, my grandfather was from Morocco. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you. Come on in. Like that. All of a sudden they're worried, that.
Wow.
How white is she? Very light skinned.
Yeah, she's
very
light
fair
skinned.
skinned.
Okay. I'm dark now because I live at the beach.
Yeah,
Tan.
I'll tell you, that's
But
a tan
also-
color right
but
there,
my-
baby.
I'm just being dark. My father was pretty dark. It was clear he was not a white guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, are we done with this? Or
No, we got one more.
One more question?
One more. And Johnny's a loser. He's doing.
It looks like I am going to
He's
lose.
doing a 5K. Don't worry, brother.
Which
I'll
is
do it
good.
with you. I'll do it with you.
You will?
I'll do it with you.
I love that
I
because you
might
want.
pull up to him and give
Feel
my
me?
power walk
Because you
on
know
him.
what?
I ain't gonna lie.
It's kind of like my eating issue right now, but it's healthy at the end of the day. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
help me.
I'll do it with
So
you.
if I got to train for a 5K, good.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get
We'll
in
make a
better
whole
shape.
vlog out of it. It'll be.
Love it.
I don't think you have to do much training for
Nah.
3 miles.
No, I mean,
walk
3.
5
Listen,
miles.
Not even 5 miles.
I
bro.
have a
3
trivia
miles.
it's a
question.
little
When
over
is
3
it?
miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 5K.
Oh, I'm good.
Dave got the last
I have a
question.
trivia question. Guarantee nobody gets it.
Go ahead.
Nobody. Why do we say the Bronx? We don't say the Brooklyn. We don't say the Queens.
Why do
Yeah.
we say
Why
the
do we
Bronx?
call it, in a sense, the Bronx?
I would guess that when people immigrated here from other countries, they probably called it the Bronx. Like, when they thought of people were going to the Bronx. Like, I think that has something to do with it.
I don't know.
I mean, being from the Bronx, the Bronx is.
We don't say
No,
the
but
Brooklyn.
it's normal. Yeah,
It's normal, but I think it's because a lot of unnormal stuff happened there. So it's like, yo, that place. You get what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Actually, he's semi on the right track.
Really?
Semi, yes. When the Bronx was starting to be settled in the 1870s, before the 1870s, nobody lived there. But when they started to be settled in the 1870s, most of the settlements were near the Bronx River. So people would say,
so
I'm
the
moving to the
Bronx.
Bronx River.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
moving to the Bronx River. So it eventually got shortened up to just the Bronx. That's why we say the Bronx.
You know what? You really taught me something today.
Yeah.
Who lives in Queens?
I grew up in Queens.
You ever notice that when you address mail to Brooklyn, you put Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
The Bronx, you put Bronx, New York. But in Queens, you put down the town. Rego Park, New York. Astoria, New York. Flushing. You do that for Queens.
It's like separated.
But you don't do that for any of the other boroughs.
Why is that?
Well, I guess because it was more. Okay.
Not getting this either.
Okay. I was gonna,
Before 1898, all the boroughs were separate cities. There were 5 separate cities. City of Queens, City of Brooklyn, City of Manhattan, Staten Island, Bronx. 5 separate cities. They voted to consolidate and become the City of New York. At the time, Queens was still the largest borough in size, but nobody lived there. It was all farms. it was, other than Staten Island, it was the lowest in population. So the mayor of Queens at the time felt that his constituents would be eaten up by Brooklyn and Manhattan, because Brooklyn and Manhattan were the second and third largest cities. So he felt nobody's going to pay attention to any of his citizens. So for allowing his citizens to vote to consolidate, just to getting them that they could vote to do it, he stipulated that forever, in perpetuity, it's in the city charter, that mail in Queens was always to be addressed and delivered by, at the time it was called the postal district.
How do you
They
know
were
all
the
this?
only ones that could do that.
This
How
is
do
how
you
he
tour
got
guide?
the fucking license.
This is
You
how
understand
he's
how you
New
got
York,
a?
baby.
This is how
It
he got
is,
the fucking
Johnny.
license.
They were
I'm
the
telling
only
you,
ones
bro.
that could do. So you don't put that Midwood or Williamsburg. You put
Yeah,
that
we used to
Brooklyn.
put you put
But
Jamaica.
they were the only ones that could do that. The other boroughs had to agree that they could do it
That's so
forever.
true. Jamaica. New
All right,
York,
what's the
they
next
said-
question?
Yeah, what's the next
What's
question?
the last question?
Well, shit, it was Dave's was way better.
I know.
True or false? You are 10 times more likely to be bitten by a New Yorker than a shark.
Read that again. You said what?
True or false? You're 10 times more likely to be bitten by a New Yorker than a shark.
Oh nah, yeah, that's mad. Y'all all better get
10
this
times
right.
seems a little crazy. I'm gonna go with false.
I'm gonna go with false.
True.
What? That's true. You
Kevin and
wildin'.
John,
I think it's
you both are wrong.
All right, so we run the fight.
Nico.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
True.
true.
All right, Nico wins.
That shit.
Wow, but 10 times seems.
I saw 3 kids
Kev.
get bit on the way
No,
over.
I know. I was a cop at the bus terminal. I've
Kev,
seen people get
That's
bit.
what I'm saying. Think about this.
Never get-
A crackhead one day wilding out, he bites you. You feel me?
Nah, it happened to me a lot. I got bit all the time, but I'm just
Exactly.
saying
Yeah.
a regular person just walking the street, and then I think if it was just like more people get bitten by, homeless people or whatever than eaten by sharks, I would say New York for sure.
Now, many-
but 10 times is crazy.
But to that point, people aren't getting bit by sharks that often. It's almost like an
You
airplane
never read
crash.
about anybody getting
Shark
bitten by
did just
sharks.
take out a girl calf like 3
I
weeks.
saw that.
Like
I just saw a video of a dude
Yeah,
get
there
bit by a
were
shark.
some shark
recently.
attacks in Rockaway, right? In Rockaway.
Bro, I saw a
Shark
video
attacks?
of a dude trying to push a shark into the water, and the shark
Actually,
spun around.
well,
like an ate his ass.
Rock, you know where you get a lot of them? Rockaway, if you get them at all, it's in Rockaway, but also by Long Beach, that part of the ocean, farther out in Long Island.
Ladies,
What else
You
we
get a
got
lot
on the
of,
agenda?
where I
Is
live,
that
you
it?
get a lot of pork.
Do I win anything?
You,
Does
you
he win
don't
anything?
you don't run.
You don't have to run. It should be a better
Bro, you
prize.
guys gotta
shouldn't it?
rework this idea.
I know.
win.
Help us out, Nico.
You win an autographed version of the Jewish book that's dropping.
Okay.
I'm gonna pre-order it.
Even though you tried to charge me $750 for him to come on the show.
You guys for 2 guys for 7 hours.
You're pimping the Jewish culture. You hear this?
Cooking, hanging out while you.
Yes, that's true. That's
You
true.
gotta pay these guys.
Yeah.
All
That's
right, fair enough. Fair
He's a
enough.
businessman.
I get it. So in closing, I do have one question for you, right? So when Noah discovered you at first, did you think you were going to be able to move away from your other jobs and be a full-time celebrity? Or...
I've been a full-time idiot, so
That's the same thing.
God.
But don't worry.
But no, that's a serious question. Did you believe it at first? When Noah came up to you, I'm sure he's like, you could be a star.
No, it didn't work that way. I auditioned for a part. I got with him.
Oh, the Schwitzing movie?
No, it was.
We filmed a different movie called Old Jewish Men Capital.
Yeah, he's
Right.
he's definitely appropriating the culture. 100%.
I love it. I love it.
I got it, and then gradually it just steamrolled. I don't want to say steamrolled. Just
Are you making 6 figures a year now?
yeah, okay.
No?
Yeah, they're all zeros, but I guess
He's like, yeah, 6 zeros.
6 zeros. Yes.
All right. Are you still a processor and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'd pay to go out on a processor run.
No, man, that would
Now
be
that I'd pay for.
incredible.
Noah, can we work that out?
That would be.
I did a
Put that together.
stakeout in the middle of the night. I offered him.
I would love to do that with you.
Done. We're
A
gonna
cop
we're
and
gonna
a
get
Jew?
like a Scooby-Doo van, and we're all gonna go with him on a
was-
stakeout.
I did a stakeout.
How long did
this
the stakeout
was
last?
About 3:30 a.m. till about 6:40 in the morning.
So,
Wow.
if you did you have
That's
to
a
go to the
long
bathroom?
fucking time.
Yeah, I would have went to sleep.
I went somewhere.
Okay, and when you're on a stakeout, are you bringing like food and?
Yeah, it depends how long. I brought food. I brought a bottle of water. I made sure I had slept, so I would make sure I
And you're
kept
just
my
hanging out in your car?
in my car.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning it now. Listen, I'm closing this episode, letting you know I'm down to pay to go on one stakeout with you. We want to rent a van.
We'll get cameras.
And we're all gonna come with you
Yeah.
and stake that person out.
We gotta do
Can we
cameras.
do it?
Don't worry, nobody
How much
threatening
you
you
willing to
this
pay?
time. We with you.
You set your price. You
We
talk
got
to
you,
Noah and come
Lord.
back to me.
You know how much you paid?
How much?
$100.
To do the processing?
Oh,
That's
bro.
it?
We'll double your pay.
Serious.
I'll double your pay for the night.
I'm
We'll
serious.
double your
You
pay,
paid
sir.
$100.
Nico,
hell?
thank you.
Jesus
Well, it pays.
Yo, Nico.
Doesn't pay
I just
much.
said the same.
Dave, thank you.
Also, in closing,
My
Milk
bad.
is fired.
All right.
Where is Milk?
Yeah.
Really
Good to have you, brother. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.